Hi everybody, as you can see, this is my 3D printer working here. As you can see, it's drawing circles and stuff. As you can see, this is a leveling test. Now, what it does is it shows the imperfections in the circle and everything where it needs to be leveled properly. This is a test that takes about 2 hours. I've already printed a couple of these. And you can see little flaws here and there, and I've made a few adjustments here and there. So far, this is starting to look alright. It looks okay as to what's going on. I don't see any flaws yet. I don't see any gaps. There's like some very tiny gaps over here, but I don't think that's going to matter because it's still got a long way to go. I mean, it's like I say, it takes about 2 hours to do this test in its full perfection. I followed some videos, I read the book. As you can see here, the other ones that I made for my first two tests. As you can see, it makes this thing right here. Yes, this isn't for anything's perfect, but you can see the imperfections. And here and there, that's where it needs to be leveled a little better, where the stuff wasn't sticking to the heat bed or things like that. You can see that in the middle, it's actually turned out quite well. So that one, I didn't make too many changes there, but it was mainly on the edges and things like that. I've told the heat bed just to go a little closer by like 0.5 millimeters. Stuff like that, little things here and there, and it's starting to look actually pretty good. But as you can see, it's working, it's doing its thing. It looks pretty cool, eh? You can actually see it's actually filling in the spot. I mean, it's making the little gaps. Well, you see, I can see down in the middle, it probably needs to be lowered just a bit, because you can see those little diamond lines. I don't know if you can see as well as I can. I don't have the best light in the room. But it seems to be printing actually quite well. Alright. For those of you interested in 3D printer technology, it's actually pretty cool. Like I say, it's called an Anycubic. That's the filament, that's the stuff that's feeding it. It hasn't used barely any to print those things. And like I say, there's other failed tests over here. These is like helps you. These are like things that I've made to like incomplete versions of these circles, and so it helps me with the leveling and getting it all leveled out so it'll print properly. It has to like literally be paper thin from the nozzle head from when it starts the original print. So if I wanted to, I could print this thing and make it like go into a tower like this big if I had the dimensions for it. It would be kind of weird, but not that I would want something like that. But that's kind of what this thing does. I think it's really neat. You can't really hear the little booping sound. It was making little funny noises before. It would go. And it was actually kind of cool. It actually still does it, but it's very silent. As you can see, it's filling in those lines. You can see the gaps in between the lines, and now it's filling them. So it makes it solid. And then it all holds together. Let's see, over here, you see it looks a little light there, a little too close, right there, because you see it's gapped. So you see that dot there, I could actually raise it up by 1. I can go to my Anycubic settings and I could repair that by 1 point. So I go to this little device here, I go back, I go tools, more, level it, advanced setting, and then where it looks like it's a little close, it's this one right here, this dot right here. It's too close, so I want it a little further away. I hit plus, and then I hit OK. And now it'll bring up the head and the nozzle just a tiny little bit from that one spot. It's kind of cool. And as you can see, here it is. It's been going for 20 minutes. It's only at 9%. You can't really read that, can you? I mean, I can barely read it. Oh, there we go. You see it? It's called the level test. I have it running at 200 degrees Celsius. The bed I have at 65. It shows this is the position. This is the position of the pin, and all the ink is all that's coming down. It's pretty cool. You see, I can go back like this. I can actually show you. Let's go return. It shows you right there how hot it is. It's at 200 degrees, 65. It's a good way of keeping track of the temperature. I guess it shows it here too. But this usually takes about 2 hours and 8 minutes for the whole thing to be complete. And then once it's complete, then the test shows me where any imperfections are. So far, I don't see very many imperfections, which I'm quite pleased. And once this level test is done, then I can go to the next step and actually build an object. You see, I hooked up my laptop right there. It's underneath the test stuff. And that's so in case, like I say, it wants a direct computer connection, direct cable. And you can just hook up the files directly. So it's looking really good, actually. So for those of you who are fascinated by 3D printers and stuff, there it is. I think that's really fucking cool. See, as you can see, it's actually pretty tall. That's just how high it goes. I'll just walk back. You can see how the dimensions of the dimensions are that steel thing going back and forth, plus the height of that bar. So it can build an item that large. So I'm gonna share this on Facebook or somewhere. I would like people who are interested, if they like to see this kind of thing. It's really cool. So hope you guys enjoy. Thumbs up.